Welcome to 1 month later for the August tour. Okay, usually we start at the wildlife corner, the wildlife section. We have had the wettest July I've ever experienced. It was raining for pretty much the whole month, so everything is quite green. And this is what it all looks like. I won't go through the plants, but my agastache is looking really nice. My ceranth is still flowering. I really like the ceranth, and I think it's self-seeded a lot. And my sedums still have not flowered. My comfrey, echinaceas. Something's been chomping on the echinacea flowers, but the nasturtiums are a bit unwieldy and they're all over the pathway. So I might have to clean that up a bit. The achillea is really cute. Look at that. I'm pretty sure this one is just a wild one. I'm not, or maybe I planted it. I can't remember anymore. But I'll cut some of this today. I did cut back my lavender, but I've already got some new flower spikes. Some marguerites. And the pond area is still undone. I think it's a project for next year, to be honest. I don't really want to have a winter pond, so maybe early spring. And this is a self-seeded sunflower. It is only two stalks, but masses of sunflowers. And I know the bees are loving it. You can see one there. And I might cut a few of those heads off too. Usually I do leave just the seed heads on because the birds end up eating them in autumn. I have more ceranth, and some of them have gone to seed. So I don't know if these will self-seed or not. I'll check that out. Is that a seed? Could be. But it's doing pretty well. The echinacea that I was gifted, it got a bit crispy because there was a period of no rain, and then all of a sudden it was just raining all the time. But I think it's still okay. It's still green, and this is a new bloom, so it's not completely dead. It's fine. And that's the rose as well. Don't have any new blooms from that either. This bed is still untouched. This is the last bed that we actually really need to redo, and it's a bit of a mess. What is this? This is a potato, self-seeded. This is left over from the previous owner who left in 2021. So if you leave potatoes in the ground, they just stay in the ground. Got some calendula, achillea as well. That's a calendula. There's an echinacea patch over here, and lots and lots of weeds, to be honest. But yes, I'll just let it wild. Why not? It's fine. My sweet pepper, paprika, capsicum bed is doing really well. I have already picked a lot during the last month, and these are all sweet varieties, so no chili or spicy varieties. Beautiful colors. This one is called Early Sensation, and it's supposed to be the first fruiting, but I have not picked from this one yet, which is fine. I have a feeling it's got to do with the sunflower blocking all the sun. which is also okay, but they're doing really well, and the colors are amazing. Look at the colors, a lot of purple. I went very overboard with the purple this year. I only have two red sweet pepper varieties, and they're not even the standard type, not the standard shape. The aubergine eggplant bed is a bit overrun. We have a lot of self-seeded calendulas. Some of them are really beautiful colors. Like this one is like really, it's like a flash neon. It's really nice. And because of all the rain, the weeds have gone crazy, but I still have plenty of aubergines. And this one is so cute, a little curl. I've eaten a lot of aubergine in the last month. I can't get enough. It's one of my favorite vegetables. But this one does not have any. This was an early eggplant, and that one does not have any. There's the bell for anybody who wants to have coffee and tea together, but I never do because I don't want to speak Dutch with the old Dutchmen. And they not because they're not nice, it's because they tend to mumble, and I have a hard time understanding what they're saying in Dutch. The accents can be quite thick. Compared to last year, my tomatoes have been a bit of a fail. I have actually already topped all of them. These are indeterminate varieties, so they get quite tall as long as you'll let them get tall. But we are going on holiday for 3 weeks in a month, so I didn't see a point of them growing any further if we're going to be gone. So I've just topped every single one. So that means I'm hoping everything underneath will ripen faster. And we do have a lot. So I feel like this one is blushing already. Probably could pick that. And then we have lots and lots. Last year I was giving away so many tomatoes. Oh, this one 100% has blight. There has been so much rain. I knew this was gonna happen, so it's a good thing I topped them. But this as well, this one has blight as well. There's been so much rain. Yeah, I got blight. Whoops, I didn't even realize till now. So I'm gonna have to harvest these tomatoes anyway because they're not doing very well. So this season for tomatoes is not that great, but I mean, look, some of them got quite big. I don't mind. And that's some Rudbeckia. As well. So that was my big tomato bed. All diseased, but it's okay. I've eaten some tomatoes or tomatoes this season already, and they've been really delicious. This was the onion bed last month. I have already pulled out most of the onions, so most of the onions are gone except for a few that have not yet flopped over. Then we weeded it. Oh, you can't, it's focusing on the wire. I don't know how. Nope, that's not working either. Okay, so there are still some onions, but I have also put some cabbages. There's some cabbages here, and I put some daikon radish, and there's some brassicas as well. And we put the strawberry cage on top to protect it from everything. I thought I would just repurpose it because there's no strawberries to pick right now anyway, so it's not really needed on that bed. And technically this cage will fit over any of the rectangle beds because they're all the same size. So that's nice. I also cleaned out my brassica bed. That is a purple cauliflower. I think I'll let it get a little bit bigger to see if it gets a little bit bigger before I pick it. The others were a bit of a fail. They had already started flowering, so I just took those off. And this is my most successful cauliflower. I believe it's a variety called cheese or something, so it's supposed to be yellow like this, and I will pick that soon. I don't really need to get it huge, but it looks really good. This is a Romanesco. the only one that's really grown, but I don't think it's been successful. It looks a bit weird with the leaves growing in between the florets like that. My parsnips are doing okay. Still a few more months until I can pull them out. I'm just hoping that there's actually parsnips underneath, because there was vole tunnels under this. So I don't know if the voles have eaten parts of the parsnips, but we'll find out in a few months. The feverfew looks really nice. This is like a dwarf variety, it's quite short. And a lot has gone to seed. So these are the seeds. So those are the seeds. And it can just self-seed everywhere, don't mind. I'm walking onions because it's been so wet. They have gotten rust. So that's not good. But I have lots of these little bulby things, so I can get the bulbils and plant them at somewhere else. It's just been so wet. So I guess that's why they've gotten rust, which is disappointing, but I have opportunity to, yeah, they've got a lot of rust, to just take these off and plant them somewhere else. The biggest difference so far is this area. So this was a July project that we did over a couple of days. We weeded it, put cardboard down, put these jute bags down, these coffee sacks, and then we put lots and lots of wood chip on top, and it looks amazing. So this whole area hopefully will be a little bit neater, but we haven't finished it completely. We need to put those bricks into the ground, and then this area will be a bit of there'll be a pathway here so I can get to these beds, but this one will be also a little bit of a gardening area still. Greenhouse is oh look, I wouldn't say seeded, self-spored mushrooms, because I put mushroom compost in the ground last year. I've got some peppers, sweet peppers. That is the first aubergine I've seen in the pots, but I think it's a bit of a fail. I don't think aubergines like being in here. I think there's too much temperature fluctuation, but I do have some sweet peppers, and these are a chili called fish. And apparently these are spicy and good with fish, but I don't eat fish. But I like spicy things, so it's fine. Yeah, more sweet peppers and lots of aphids. It's beautiful, but I don't know if you can see. These aphids have been mummified, so there's been a parasitic wasp in here laying their eggs in the aphids and mummifying them from the inside out. So I guess I do have a bit of a biodiversity thingy going on in here. It's fine. And this is the Spanish pepper, which is chili. And some blight-free tomatoes, but they are also a bit of a fail. I don't even actually have any tomatoes on this, so I think I will just get rid of it because I don't think I will get any in the next month to harvest. This is the wonderful reality of being lazy, too lazy to plant things out. That happens to me every year. I think it happens to everybody, but not everybody shows it. But that is the reality of laziness. That is my temperature gauge. So the highest was 40. Right now it's 23. And I have more tomatoes, but I need to top these because, hey, that's huge. Look at that big mushroom. That's insane. Last year I thought I could pick these and eat them, but when I picked them they were just so full of worms. It was so gross. So I just tend to let them fruit and spore. But yes, do have a few tomatoes on these plants, but they're very sickly plants, so I don't think they're not good. This one doesn't even have any tomatoes on it, so I think this was a bit of a fail. And this one has a lot of little ones, but it has not ripened, and it's been growing for a while. So, and this is a determinate variety called Mirabelle. But that was the greenhouse. I need to clean it up. I need to fix it up a bit. It looks like a bit of a mess. Plum season is over. I did make a video about this year's plum season. So there's absolutely no more plums on the tree. We have had so much rain in the last month. At the beginning of July we had about half a barrel, and this was kind of empty. This was empty. So this now is full. This one is full. And this one is full. So that's how wet this season has been so far. I think the next fruit that we're going to get a lot of are the grapes, and they are finally starting to turn. This is our purple variety, and it looks so nice hanging from the pergola. Unfortunately, the birds have figured out they're here, so they've come and stripped some parts. So they really like the green ones. The green grapes, they're all over. And here you can see on the ground lots of green grapes that have dropped because they're having a meal. I really need to figure out how to prune a grapevine, because this one is, both of them are getting quite unruly. But that's the green grape. These also had lettuces and stuff that I've removed, and I've put in some new things, but I need to water it. So these are a bunch of lettuces and radishes. Not really interesting, but I did harvest some kohlrabi. So there's one kohlrabi left, that's the kohlrabi, and I haven't yet eaten them, but they're in the fridge right now. And those are some chard. But this is my Mara de Bois and Corona strawberry bed. Completely overgrown. It is not very functional right now, so I actually have to go and thin as much as possible because it's too much. It's overcrowded and they are not producing because they're just fighting for nutrients. So that is one of my tasks. Not today, maybe soon. It's just way too crowded. And this was another brassica bed. These were calyx. I don't see any calyx develop. Oh, maybe in between. That's where the calyx come from, I'm assuming. So they had a rough start being eaten by pigeons, but some have pulled through. And same with the rest of them. And it's a weedy mess. Just all the rain has just made all the weeds go insanely crazy. And this is my lemon tree. I don't know if it's I don't know about it, to be honest. I don't know if it's gone back to rootstock. Probably. So it's probably not a my lemon anymore. It's probably the rootstock of whatever they used for the cutting. This is our apple tree. I guess it's a mini one, which I'm actually not a fan of. I don't really like ornament. Oh, what is that? Oh, look at that. I don't really like mini ornamental apples. I like things in this garden to be quite like productive. I don't know if they stay this way or if it's this year they're just small. I don't know about it. To be honest, I don't really like this tree. I don't like the form. So I might get rid of it and replace it with something I actually like. You can see that's where the graft was. And my neighbour's pear tree. There's lots of pears. And they're just going to stay on the tree because no one tends to that garden. And the birds always eat the pears, and then the pears fall into our garden. So we always have to clean that up. This is a weedy mess garden. But that is the reality sometimes. So I didn't end up putting anything in this row. Last year there were dahlias, but they did okay, but they ended up being quite diseased in this area, so that's why I didn't plant them in again. But yes, I'm trying to figure out how I want to use this space for next year. This is our second strawberry bed. There's also really nothing happening. Actually, wait, that's new. Hey, one strawberry, that's nice. I'm just gonna leave it, don't need to pick it, don't think I need to eat one. But this one is a lot less crowded than that one. So that's probably why they're less stressed having to compete like these guys in that one. So I'm gonna have to clean that up. This one is doing not bad, except for this is a weed. This is called ground elder. So this is a really bad weed. It spreads with rhizomes and stuff, and we have a bunch of ground elder here. We cleared it out last year, and then our neighbor, they have ground elder, and then it just goes over. So it's a bit of a pointless task having to weed here, and then it comes back because the neighbors, actually someone did something to the, okay, I guess someone did something. This is a self-seeded zinnia. I was quite lazy with my zinnias, so the seedlings all died this year. But this one is nice. I think it's a Queen Lime series zinnia. It's got that greeny color to it. And I did plant some, this is purple cauliflower. I don't know why that label is like that, because I do not leave it like that. Yeah, so purple cauliflower, and I think there's another brassica there. Don't remember what it is. What did it put in here? It says, oh, another Romanesco. So I planted another Romanesco, and this area is blank. So that's my little tomato bed. Also, with blight. That is 100% blight. So poor tomatoes, they need to be removed. But I do have some ripe ones here. So these are sun golds. And this one was a black crim, a weird black crim. So I'm gonna pull that out today. Oh, look at that. That is a diseased tomato. Whoops. And lots of Rudbeckia that I might cut today as well. So, big disappointment for tomatoes this year. But the cosmos look nice. This was an everything bed. So I did have some these were Spanish peppers, I think. Chili varieties, and then I had some eggplants, aubergines there, as well as beans. Look how small that one is. These ones are a bit bigger. So I guess I do have a few. These are, I can't remember the name, but I'll put it on the screen. I grew these last year and they were really nice to eat. I love beans. And that is a sage plant. Love some sage. And that is my tomatillo area. And the plant, compared to last year, is not doing too well either. Maybe it's the amount of rain we got, but yes, doesn't look very happy. So not sure, but I'm sure we'll get some tomatillos. Yeah, there's one in there. This was a second everything bed. So I have some sweet pepper, an aubergine as well, mostly aubergines, sweet peppers, chili peppers, and cosmos. So this one, it's quite small, and the weeds are amazing. Look at that. Look at that weed. Oh wait, what is this? Hey, I found something. Cosmos are looking really nice. If you leave a cosmos to die off, they dry and then end up like this. That's a seed head. So I'll save the seeds, pick this off and save them. And I believe this one is called peppermint, which is nice. It's got a very nice outlined petal. My dahlias are are finally starting to, I wouldn't say bloom, but show their flowers, I guess, the flower buds. It is the the longest I've ever had to wait for dahlias. I may have planted them out too late, or maybe it was the weather or the temperatures, but I think I will get a few in the next coming weeks. So finally, it's fine. I can be patient. So there's dahlias and also the front. Oh, here we go. These are my first. These are called Wishes and Dream. I saved some Wishes and Dream seeds and planted the seeds last year. I made a video for that as well. That was a really fun experiment. But this, yeah, this is a nice small dahlia. But nothing else has bloomed. Except these are some calendulas, self-seeded. Another cosmos. So it's all green and weedy, which I don't mind too much. And here is another cupcake cosmos. And this one was, not sure. Double click maybe? Could have been a double click white. But dahlias are slowly pushing up, which is nice. But yes, it's quite green, very weedy. And that was the tour for August. It has been a lot slower season compared to last year. I have not harvested as much, but I actually don't mind that. I don't feel too overwhelmed as I did last year. And I have a full garden this year as well, because last year we only gardened on this side of the garden. This side was barely touched because we just felt a bit too overwhelmed. So this side produced a lot of food, and I feel like I couldn't keep up. But this year, despite all the weather issues and the disease and everything else, I don't mind it. I don't mind a slower season. And that was the tour. Thanks for watching. Bye.